Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Charlie, and since my last video with a tier list did well for saying it was my first video, I'm now going to milk that idea excessively with all the Green Day studio albums ranked. Let's get into it. So we're obviously going to start with Green Day's first ever album, which is 39 Smooth. Right, I'm going to put this in D. I did that exact same expression in my last video. I'm going to put this in D because I'm not that into that raw punk. The production is crap, but it is a good. It's a good listen. D really isn't that bad, but I've thought about it earlier. There's such a range of good to bad albums. Something has to go in D. Can't leave them all to be good. So it's going in D for now. That might change depending on where other stuff goes. So yeah, like I said, the reason for that isn't the songwriting. It's just the recording, and it's not. It's just very raw punk. Which, speaking of that kind of raw punk, but with slightly better recording and producing, we have Kaplunk. Now, I'm debating whether I want to put this in C or B, because actually, it's got one of my favourite Green Day songs on it, which is a bit cliche, because it's a famous one, 2,000 Light Years Away. But it's got other great songs on it, Christie Road. I'm going to leave it in B for now, because the production takes a step up, but it's still pretty naff if you listen to Treacle's snare. It's not a great snare sound. The songs are catchy. And I know I said I don't like raw punk. This one's better because it's produced a little better. We're moving on to our next one. And it's a big one. So the third studio album, which is Dookie. Was there any question about it? I think there's only two that are going to go in S, to be honest. And Dookie is one of them. I can name every song. I can sing every lyric. I love this album. I said about not liking raw punk. This is well recorded, well produced. 100 grand budget kind of punk, and it's not punk rock. It's a bit too light for that, but it's not pop punk. I think this one just is a punk album, I guess. But a lot of people didn't like it because of how produced it was and how unraw it was. What an album! Just everything. It's just the lyrics are amazing. The drumming, the guitars, the bass. I think the bass shines quite through well on this one. All right, and that brings us on to Nimrod. No, it doesn't. What an idiot. It brings us on to Insomniac. I so should have got that right. And I'm going to put this one in B as well because I really like this album. But Billy Joe's got two amps, by the way, called Pete and Meat. Pete was the Dookie one and Meat was obviously Insomniac because it feels like that guitar setting could be used for like almost touching on metal. Obviously not solos or anything, but it's really thick and in your face, which... when every song sounds the same, the album isn't well paced. You know what I mean? It's all, it's just non-stop. I know Brain Stew's a bit slower, like but it's a lot. But it is a very nice sounding album. Yeah, and if you want a favourite song off that one, by the way, it's Geek Stink Breath. And if you want one for Dookie, it is, I'd probably say Pulling Teeth. I really like that one. Now we're on to Nimrod, and I'm going to put Nimrod in A. I think the production on Nimrod is amazing, by the way, and I think it's not overlooked because people recognise it's a good album. The album cover with the political. Oh wow, Green Day being political, who could have guessed? But anyway, it's gone dark since I've started recording, which is why I've got a torch pointing at my face and my eyes. Anyway, Nimrod, great album. If you want a favourite song off there, it's probably King for a Day. See, I like that they're getting experimental. I know they've always been a bit, but like, you know, the trumpets and stuff and the not marching band, you know what I mean? Like a mariachi kind of feel. Why am I touching myself? Here's where we take a dip for me. And going straight in the C tier is Warning. I don't have a favourite song off of this one. That's a lie. Probably Minority. Ooh, shocker, wow, the famous one. I'm so original. But my hair looks so greasy in this camera. It's not. I shower every day. Just because I'm a Green Day fan doesn't mean I'm greasy. But no, seriously. It's just boring. I don't really like the song Warning. Dun, 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 dun. I just don't find it as entertaining. I think it's quite a boring album. I don't feel like the energy's there. I don't know what else to say about Warning. It's not even a mid-album. Oh, it was a flop. And Green Day knew it was a flop, which is why they came in with this absolute banger. Hold on, I've definitely done this in order, haven't I? Yes. American Idiot. Hoo, hoo, hoo. What an album. Once again, every song, every lyric, great album, great production. It's It's crazy how good this album is. The lyrics are amazing. I love how they do the conjoined songs. I like that. Can I give you a favourite song off this album? What's Her Name is great. I love What's Her Name. Letter Bomb, it might be. You know what's underrated? I found out that this is the most unlistened song from American Idiot. Extraordinary Girl. I think it's a great song. Intro's too long. Yeah, so American Idiot, 100% in S. Just listen to the album. It's great. Whether it's better than Dookie, is that a debate we're actually wanting to have? I don't know. Dookie's got the punk feel, set them in the right track for the fame. But American Idiot's got higher production value. And when I say that, I don't mean the guitar sounds nicer. I mean, it's got things like pianos coming in. It's got backing vocals. I don't know if that's production or... Right, and now we are on to what I think is going to be another A tier. And that is 21st Century Breakdown. Favourite song? Probably Viva La Gloria, Little Girl. There's just so many great songs on this. East Jesus Nowhere, 21 Guns, Viva La Gloria. I was about to say Too Dumb to Die, but that's not off this album. There are more, are just not off the top of my head. But so many of these songs are bangers on here. And I feel like they get overlooked because in like the Green Day compilation album, I think the only one on there from this album was 21 Guns. It felt American Idiot to me. I felt like they captured that very well. With the high production, but still the punk rock. Punk rock, that's what it feels like. Whereas Dookie and Kaplunk, they felt punk. These two felt punk rock. That's a good way to put it. And now we're on to... I'm just going to do them all three, but I'm going to rank them differently. We're on to Uno Dos Tres here. I'm going to put Dos above the rest in C. No, I'm going to put Dos in B because that's a good album. Lazy Bones and Amy, they're two great songs. Oh, maybe Uno in C, Ooh, shocker again, I'm going with the most famous one. Oh Love is such a great song. That's so undeniable. I love Oh Love. It's one of them songs I can just keep listening to. Oh, there's Nuclear Family too. I might put all of these three in C, just so... But I'm putting Trey the least out of them three. I think Trey's the weakest. And maybe there, but I don't know. Okay, I'm going to put them all in C because you kind of do lose it. They are a bit boring and they're just a bit repetitive. They're kind of like trying to recapture their Nimrod and their Dookie age. Well, it does work, but it needed to be one album. If it was one album, it could be so solid. It could be a great album. Someone actually made it into an album. Like, picked songs from different ones. Right, so now we're on to Revolution Radio, and that is an easy one for me. It's going straight in B. And now that I'm looking at it, putting Revolution Radio, Kaplunk, and Insomniac all in the same rating does not seem right. I almost want to leave Revolution Radio there, Insomniac up one, and Kaplunk down one. We'll have Insomniac lead in there. But I feel like Revolution Radio, very mediocre album. I think the title track, Revolution Radio, is actually a great song. I love the riff. But obviously the most famous one to come out of there is Bang Bang, which is a great song. Oh, it's political again. Wow. Too Dumb to Die was a good song off there. Troubled Times, and then there was I can't remember the name of it, but it's got claps in it, and I don't, and it's slow, and I didn't like that one. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's got Ordinary World, and I don't know why I googled it. I don't even like that song. Boring. Which song is Still Breathing from? Because that's from Revolution Radio. I liked Revolution, that. Because I'm still breathing. That felt very pop rocky though. That did feel borderline pop. I think I'm going to get in trouble here. So your initial reaction would be D. For most people. I think it's going in C. Bands are allowed to be experimental, so what if they want to sound a little poppy from time? And sorry, some of them songs were dead catchy. One that I got my girlfriend listening to as well, which takes a lot for Green Day because she doesn't normally like them. Come meet me on the roof tonight, girl. Oh, that's so catchy. So what if it's a swung, like, fun, feely, poppy... Green Day needed to do that to know that's not what works for them. It's not what their audience wants. But they've done it. Things I hate about this album, the vocal distortion. No one needs it. Like that chorus from the opening title track, Father of All, could be so good. Oh, come on, honey. Imagine if they'd have done that with power chords, like in a, I guess, a Dookie style. It wouldn't be on Dookie, but you know what I mean. That kind of recording with non-distorted vocals. People will go, that's a great song, because it's dead catchy. A lot of the stuff's dead catchy, but they ruin it with too many effects. Definitely above Trey. Really catchy. Maybe Warning moves down one. I'm just bored by Warning. Ugh. I just found a lot of this. Not Graffitier. I did not like Graffitier on that album. We're on to what everyone's been waiting for, and my goodness is my lighting bad. It's so dark. But we're on to Saviours now, which is their newest album. Oh, where's it going? I hated this one, to be honest. No, no, it's going in A. There is so many great things about this album. Catchiness. Some songs so catchy. I've seen people say some songs aren't catchy. Stuck in my head constantly. Since I made my tier list, it's all changed around. Except Coma City. Can't get my head into that one. I've listened to it a lot this week. Such a good album. I love the production on it. The bass actually comes through. Wow, crazy. In some of them, they capture their old school feel, living in the 20s. And then in others, they capture their American Idiot feel. Father to a Son. No, I'd probably say that's like 21st century breakdown level. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it feels so well rounded. And like the list and order that the tracks are in, amazing. It's very nice. Couple fast-paced ones, slow one to break it up, and then you back into it. Why is it not an S, you say? It's not going to compete with American Idiot and Dookie. Let's not kid ourselves. This one, for me, the reason it's not an S, the lyrics. You might go, oh, the lyrics are alright. They're political. They're about love. They're about saying something goodbye to something. It's the repetition. What does it for me is, 1981. She's going to bang her head like 1981. That's fine. He does it 4 times. It's fast-paced, so you get through it quick. In Coma City, he repeats Coma City about 16 times. Coma City. And then the backing vocals go, Coma City. It's the choruses in these. The verses are great, great lyrics. He just repeats stuff too many times in the chorus, and I don't like that, but I just wish there's a bit more variation in the choruses for lyrics. But other than that, it's so good. Probably the best out of the 80s. Maybe I'm being biased because it's just came out, but I think it's great. I can listen to it all and not get bored until Coma City. Sorry. Yes, so that's my tier list. Like I did with the last one, I've uploaded this to the website so you can use it. Look, there I am again. Yeah, please feel free to make your own tier list. This is all my opinions. And just want to sign off saying, remember, my hair's not greasy. It's the lighting. Give it a rest. Adios. Have a good day.